Don't let the stories fool you. You can kill a human, any soldier knows that. They die just like anything else when you hit them with enough firepower, maybe even easier if you're lucky. But the thing is, humans, they've always been a tougher breed than most would give them credit for. 5 whole invasions across 300 years, they say. 5, that's more than most species can handle in 1,000 years. First one, doesn't matter what they were called. They're not telling their kids about it, I can guarantee that. They came for Earth with their junk tech and slimy tentacles, looking to rip the planet apart for resources. And for a while, it looked like they'd pull it off, took out most of the military, wiped out entire cities, the usual story. Didn't even need fancy firepower. Humanity's best weapons back then were hydrogen bombs, useless. It was like giving rocks to cavemen. But then something happened. All those invaders, all those ships, they just failed. Boom, lights out. No one knows exactly how it happened. Some say it was bad engineering, others say the humans exploited some weak spots, some glitch in the invaders' tech. Whatever it was, it sent the scavengers packing, and that was Earth's first taste of the bigger galaxy. So they started building bigger guns, bigger ships, bigger bunkers, typical human overkill. Didn't matter, they were still a pre-FTL species, still nothing to be scared of. Yet, right? Wrong. About 50 years later, the Trace clan decided to take their shot, ground fighters, tough as nails, looking for a good hunting ground. And Earth? It looked like the perfect prey. What they didn't expect was that humans love a good fight. They thrive when they're cornered. The Trace came looking for sport, and they got a war. They had to call in orbital support when the humans dug in with their trench warfare. After a month, their ships were nothing but wreckage in orbit. Those who survived. I've seen a few veterans of that invasion. You'd know them by the way they flinch at the smallest noise or laugh at nothing. But humans? Oh, they were proud. They picked up what the Trace left behind, weapons, tech, and started improving them. Ugly, brutal things, but effective. Then the collective came knocking. Now these were smart, cold, calculated. Didn't even bother with ground troops, just bombs, viral, chemical, fusion. They threw it all at Earth. Dead worlds? Yeah, they liked the smell of those. Thought they'd finish what the others couldn't. But something changed in the humans after that. They say the collective got inside their heads, made them scream with fear. But then the humans started screaming back. Warfare is a teacher, you see. You learn to make better weapons, sturdier defenses. But humans? They learn faster than most. And the collective, well, let's just say they learned too late. By the time the 4th invasion came around, humanity wasn't just surviving, they were thriving, picking apart alien tech, turning it into something new, something dangerous. The brass didn't like to talk about it, but I was there. I saw the aftermath, bodies everywhere, most of them ours, and not a single human corpse in sight. We'd heard the stories, seen the reports, but nothing could prepare us for what we found. Whatever was under that human armor, it wasn't human anymore. All the tech we had, all that firepower, and it was like fighting shadows. We lost whole squads in seconds, just vanished. 5 of us made it out of 70, and even then, we were barely alive. They could have finished us off if they wanted, but they didn't. They let us leave. They wanted us to remember. You've seen the medals, right? The commendations? They don't mean a damn thing, not after what we saw. The other survivors, they don't talk anymore. But me? At night, I can still hear the screams, the laughter, and I know, deep down, that what we faced, it wasn't human. Not anymore. Not after 5 invasions. Whatever's on that planet now, it's something else entirely. The 5th invasion, that's where everything gets hazy. You see, by then, we weren't even sure what we were fighting anymore. It wasn't just about Earth, not anymore. The entire galaxy knew about the humans, and yet no one really knew anything at all. But that didn't stop the Osar Dominion from trying their luck. The Osar, they weren't like the others. No slimy scavengers or honor-bound warriors. These guys were strategists, cold, methodical, with technology that could fry a planet from 100 light-years away. Their ships were sleek, their drones silent killers. If anyone had a shot at taking down the humans, it was them. At least, that's what we thought. The Osar didn't waste time. They sent fleets the size of continents, their drones swarming like locusts over Earth's skies. And for a while, it looked like they might succeed. They hit hard, no mercy, no hesitation. They didn't want to conquer Earth, they wanted to erase it. I saw it with my own eyes, their beams cut through cities like a hot knife through butter. But then the screams started. You ever hear an OSAR scream? Neither had I. Thought they didn't even have the capacity for fear. Their whole species engineered to be perfect soldiers. But something had rattled them bad. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't us. We were losing that fight, big time. But something, or someone, down there on Earth was laughing. We picked up the transmissions. It wasn't in any language we knew, but it was coming from the planet. The OSAR fleets, they stopped firing completely. Then, one by one, they just powered down, like someone had pulled the plug on an entire armada. No one knows why. I saw it on the monitors. 1 second they were the most dangerous force we'd ever faced, the next, they were floating hunks of metal in the void, dead in the water. The humans never even launched a counterattack. They didn't need to. Whatever was down there, whatever they had become, it was enough to stop an empire in its tracks. No one could explain it. The OSAR didn't retreat, they didn't regroup, they just vanished. That was the last invasion. After that, no one dared set foot near Earth again. Not the scavengers, not the warriors, not the collectives or the OSAR. Even the bravest empires turned their ships around when they got too close to that cursed system. It was as if the galaxy collectively agreed, Earth wasn't a planet anymore. It was something else. Something that was watching, waiting. Some say it's the tech. Maybe the humans finally crack something none of us could understand. Maybe it's their weapons, their armor, their ships. But I've been there. I've felt it. It's not the weapons that scare us, it's the silence. The silence that follows after every scream, every laugh, every day. They let us leave. They always let us leave. And that's what haunts me the most. It's like they want us to go back and tell the others, warn them, remind them. Humans aren't what they used to be. Maybe they never were. Maybe the galaxy underestimated them from the start. But now, after 5 invasions, there's something else entirely. Something we can't kill, no matter how many times we try. I tell you this because I need someone to know the truth. Maybe you'll laugh. Maybe you'll think it's just another war story from an old soldier who's seen too much. But listen close, don't go back there. Don't even think about it. Whatever the humans have become, it's not worth finding out. I heard some old rumors recently. Some say there are whispers among the empires, a few voices thinking about going back to Earth, starting it all over again. They think maybe this time it'll be different, that maybe we've learned enough to take them down once and for all. But let me tell you this, after 5 invasions, after all the destruction, the bodies, the screams, the humans aren't the ones who need to be afraid. We are. We always have been. Because deep down, we all know one thing. Whatever's on Earth now, whatever they've become, it's waiting for us to make the first move. And when we do, God help us all.